That wasn't you? I don't know. I don't want to go out in the rain to find out if we tore out another cleat.
Hi, I'm Ron.
And I'm Marie.
10 years ago, we bought a broken down trawler for $4,000.
And nothing worked, not even the kitchen sink.
After a lot of hard work and help from our friends and family, we moved aboard Elixir full time. And now we are cruising this old boat while the work and fun continues.
So subscribe and give us a like and come along with us cruising this old boat. Well, Ron has literally spent hours in the engine room hunting for a bolt that he had taken. There's 3 bolts that holds the starter on to the engine, and he found 2 of them. He had placed them on top of the engine, and he couldn't find the 3rd one. He literally spent hours hunting for the 3rd one. I went down into the engine room with a light and searched for a while. I don't know how long I was down there, but as long as I could handle it. And then he put up on the forums asking people, you know, can we run it with 2 bolts? And he got replies back saying yes, that we could. And of course, he's down there doing some work, getting ready to hook up the starter, and he found the 3rd bolt. Let me show you where he found it. Show him where that 3rd bolt was.
It's right here.
There you go.
And it was just hanging there, so I never saw it. We're looking everywhere for it, and it's right there.
I never thought to lift that up and look on it.
Me either, but that's where it was the whole time.
So you decided to just move on with your project, right?
Well, they said you can use it with 2 bolts, so I was going to put it together. And when I went to put it together, there it was.
And he's got this out.
So this is the kind of nasty gunk that fouled up our fuel system. And there's a lot more of it in there. It's just a tiny bit of it. So, gonna clean the rake oars up. That looks much nicer. Now we just gotta let them dry, put it all back together. Well, I figured out what caused our catastrophic failure when out on the bank I had remember I said that the RPMs were surging, so I went down and switched to the other rake oar, assuming that the rake oar I was running on had gotten clogged. So I switched to the other one, and then boom, the engine shut down. And I wondered what caused that. I finally figured it out as I was cleaning out that rake oar. This little part here, which somehow, I don't know how it works, but somehow it separates the water from the fuel. It had gotten completely clogged up inside, such that when I put it in the faucet under high pressure, the water just came out. The fuel's supposed to come out of here, out of these edges, and no water was coming out of there when I was trying to flush it. It was so clogged up. So that explains it. When I switched to that rake oar, instantly the engine had no fuel, because if the water can't get through under pressure, certainly the fuel can't get through when it's just gravity fed. So I took a bottle brush and a toothbrush, and I got in there and I got it all cleaned out. So hopefully I solved that problem, but at least the mystery has now been solved. Well, the rake oars are nice and clean, so now it's time to add some fuel to them. And look how pretty that fuel looks in the clean rake oars. Now we just have to bleed the air out of the system and we'll be ready to go.
That wasn't you? I don't know. I don't want to go out in the rain to find out if we tore out another cleat. Something's hitting now?
Not right this second. Could just be waves hitting the side of us.
Okay, I'll have to check in a minute here. We're really getting bounced around at a dock. But anyway, we've had some awesome we've had some awesome experiences here in the Bahamas. Swimming into the cave, swimming with the pigs, visiting with family that came in on a cruise ship, visiting with friends, making a lot of new friends, and staying out on the shelf 2 nights. One night was obviously better than the other. Anyway, it's all an adventure. It's all an adventure. And you know, anybody that's got their complaints because of the way we look or whatever, it is an old boat, cruising this old boat. We are trying to work on it the best we can. You know, we're both in our, well, I'd say we're both in our late 60s, but one of us is in our late 60s. Are you in your late 60s yet?
I'm right in the middle.
You're right in the middle? Okay. One's in the middle and one's in the late. And, you know, all that kind of stuff. You hear it out there?
About the rain or the thumping?
The thumping.
Yeah, I've been hearing what it is.
I don't know what it is either. But I mean, it is pouring down rain out there. You can't see a thing. No, not with those screens on the windows. You can't. Guess we should have taken them off.
Our 3 bow lines are still good.
Well, that's good to know.
And there's our new starter motor completely installed. I'll have to trim up the wires later after I confirm everything's working. Hopefully that'll solve our problem. Okay, we have the new starter installed. We have the rake cores completely cleaned out, fuel lines bled. Hopefully we have an engine. So here we go.
We have an engine.
We have an engine. Hopefully we have a working engine. So here goes nothing. Yep, like I said, nothing. Make sure she's in neutral. And still nothing.
Let's try him.
Alright, I'm gonna go shut the water off so I don't get too much water sucked up in there.
I think he's basically been living down in the engine room the last 2 days or 3 days. One of these days we'll have an engine room where you don't have to clean your feet after you come out of there.
Yep. All right, this behind me is the only marine supply store on Bimini Island. I would have thought an island that kind of makes its life around boats would have a lot of marine supply stores, but it's only got one. And looking through the window, it's a small one, but that'd be okay if we could just get inside. This is our 5th trip here. We have to walk a little ways to get here, and he's always closed. The sign says open, but he ain't. The door here, we've come a couple times, the door's been open, and then there's an inner door that's made out of just like a grate, so you can see in, but it was locked every time. So I mean, we've never found a human being in this store, and we keep trying. So Marie put a note on the door telling the guy, give us a call when you're open. Thanks for watching.